Anatomy of an alcohol fraud. Case studies are my most requested articles. Food fraud case studies allow food industry professionals to gain an insight into what food fraud looks like in real life, get an understanding of why criminals might choose to perpetrate food fraud, and compare the consequences of different types of fraud. Today's case study comes from a recently published report on illicit trade by the World Trade Organization. I unpacked some of the key ideas from that report in issue 142. Some details of the fraud were anonymized in the report, including the country and affected brands. So here are the details. The product type: ingredient for alcoholic beverages. Fraud type: dilution. Food safety impact: severe. How the fraud was perpetrated. Two people set up an unlicensed operation for making and selling alcohol for beverage manufacturing. Instead of selling pure ethanol, they chose to dilute the ethanol with methanol, a liquid with similar properties but which is significantly more toxic than ethanol. The dilution rate was 50%. What happened next? The two people sold their dangerous mixture to a distributor who marketed it as genuine alcohol fit for human consumption, selling it to beverage manufacturers. Several thousand litres were sold. Purchases of the adulterated alcohol included both legitimate beverage manufacturers and illicit manufacturers. Product made by the legitimate manufacturers reached supermarket shelves. Illicit manufacturers sold products containing the ingredient through black market channels. Consumers who drank the affected beverages suffered long-term health effects, including blindness and kidney failure, and dozens died. Enforcement and outcomes. Investigators prosecuted the two people who made the poisonous ingredient. 18 people who had traded the ingredient or made and sold illicit drinks containing the ingredient were also prosecuted. All were found guilty. And the source for that was the WTO report. There's a link in the email and the post. And there's also a link to further reading, which is a fact sheet on the dangers of fake and counterfeit alcoholic beverages published by Interpol.